Before I get started, I want to say there will be some things considered spoilers in this video. I don't plan to give out any major spoilers, but a couple of things will require it for the discussion. And with that covered, let's get right into it. Do you know that feeling you get when a game just feels good to play? Not just in a moment-to-moment gameplay, but in the story too? Where you look forward to seeing what's next and you can't put it down until you finish it? This is one of those games. Hi-Fi Rush is the new game from Tango Gameworks, creators of The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo. It surprise released on January 25th with no one even knowing it existed before that day. It was featured on Microsoft's big developer stream and was then subsequently released into the wild shortly after that. Game Pass proved its usefulness as the stream was very well received. It's a nice change of pace to see a new game that looks charming and fun and get told, hey, you can go play it right now. The game itself is a cel-shaded rhythm action game, and I already have it on my list as a Game of the Year contender. It feels good to play and oozes charm out of every corner. The game's art style is fantastic, the setup is bonkers, and the characters are endearing. Chai, the main character, goes to a robotic company to volunteer for something called Project Armstrong. Basically, he's getting a robotic augment attached to his body. In Chai's case, he gets a new robotic arm and in an accident, accidentally gets his heart turned into an iPod. This new heart causes the world around him to move in time with the beat of his new iPod heart. I said this setup was bonkers. He gets labeled as a defect, and since this company cannot stand defects, they try to kill him.
That's the defect! What? No, I was just... Well, here we go. Check him out!
Through this, he runs into a robotic cat named 808 who leads him to his first partner of the game, Peppermint. She's trying to take out the leaders of the company and ropes the self-absorbed Chai into helping her. From here, you slowly grow your team to take out all the capitalism. All the bosses have unique personalities that really complement the game's overall style. I was reminded a few times of River City Girls while playing it, as it's another game that is just as unique and charming as this one.
You want to be successful? You want to be productive? Then you gotta be aggressive.
Even the niche side characters are a delight to talk to and had me seeking them out whenever I saw them in a level.
These pigeons are the source of my discontent.
Let's get into the gameplay now. Think Devil May Cry if you needed to attack to a beat, and you basically have it. You have a light attack, heavy attack, jump, and a dodge to start off with, and if you play Devil May Cry, you'd be forgiven for thinking it was just a knockoff of it. It feels very similar to it, down to the jump having an almost identical weight and speed to it. It quickly differentiates itself and becomes its own thing by introducing its beat system. The entire world is running along with the beat of the excellent soundtrack, and I mean that literally.
I was just looking around, and it seems like the whole world seems to be moving to your musical superpowers.
You know, I was actually noticing that too.
Lights flash in time with it and objects pulse to it. 808, your feline sidekick that floats next to you, even acts as a metronome. The game is so alive with the music that everything operates off of it. This includes you and the enemies. You and the enemies will only attack on the beat. This means if you're early on your button press for an attack, it can seem like it's coming out slower since it will only land on beat. Enemies have a certain predictability as you know when their attacks will actually land, which will inform your defense. The more on beat you are with your actions, this includes jumps and dodges, the more it fills up your rhythm gauge. This will get you more bombastic attacks. These take the form of flashy finishers or even team-up attacks with the partners you get. Yes, you get a partner assist system later on in the game, and they become a key mechanic. Each partner has a specific function in combat that enables Chai to continue his rampage. Peppermint can get rid of blue shields, Macaron gets rid of physical shields, and Corsica gets rid of fire. This might sound like a lot to keep track of, but it never gets too overwhelming. You're not punished for going off beat, so button mashers don't have to overly stress about it. Boss fights are when your rhythm gets tested. No two bosses are the same, and some of them are pretty unique. Some, like Rekka, are just a standard 3-phase boss fight, while others like Corsica are basically a QTE fight. Corsica's, I imagine, is going to be the most divisive one, as it's the main outlier in comparison to the rest. It's a fight done with all parries and dodges, and that's it. I personally liked it since it fit what the story was trying to do, and I didn't have too hard a time with it. However, if you haven't gotten your rhythm down by now, you will probably have a bad time. You can't really miss a beat on this fight, and with the nature of it being a bit dragged out, multiple retries will end up being annoying and frustrating. I found most of the boss fights to be more of a test of my defensive skills rather than offense. You only get small windows for offense, usually boiling down to you stunning the boss. Getting your rhythm down with your parries and dodges will help quite a bit. The overall length of the game clocks in around a comfortable 8-hour mark, consisting of 12 stages. I was surprised how much was in the game, considering it's very much budget priced at $30. I really wouldn't have batted an eye had it been priced at the usual $60, but $30 feels like a steal for how good this game ended up being. There is some replay value to be had with the different difficulties, rhythm tower, and mysterious doors that unlock at the end. I cannot recommend this game enough, as it's the first great game of the year.
Finally! I'm here!
Here's the outside.
Corsica! Okay, you are going down! Try this out! Cover me! Come on!